what's happening, what's going on, sitting with it, marinating with it. That's when I was like, it started clicking for me. And that's when the magic started happening. And it is continuing to happen. And so being both like learning the coaching aspect, but also being that true student, I think has been the biggest transformation for me in finding my niche.
Welcome, Badass Manifester. I am so glad you are here. I'm your host and head coach, Ashley Gordon, master mindset and manifestation biz expert, founder of the quantum coaching certification, and multiple six-figure entrepreneur obsessed with empowering you to create quantum leaps in your energy, your life, and your business. This is the show to help you make magic your everyday normal, where the ripple effect is real and the guest experts are world class. My mission is to power your conscious and subconscious mind with manifestation teachings, business tools, and coaching techniques to put your potential into action. Consider this your weekly up level. Are you ready for quantum transformation? Let's do this.
Welcome. BCE Live Day 2. How are we feeling today? Drop it in the chat. Jenna Teague in the house. Melissa, hello. I saw so many amazing homework dropped into the group, which was awesome to read. I haven't gotten to read all of them, but I can't wait to scan that after our session today. And I'm just curious if you could drop in the chat what your biggest takeaway was from yesterday. And I have such an amazing day 2 planned with some incredible guests who are going to blow your mind. And they're in the Zoom room with me right now. I'm just hiding them from you because it's a surprise. It's a big surprise that you now know about. Jock is here. Let's go. Hey, Jenna. So excited to be here. Love that. So what did you implement or your biggest takeaway from yesterday? Definitely drop it in. And something that I've gotten really good feedback on, which I want to share with you guys for your own coaching business when you do live events, is, the engagement that we have here, right? All the energy that's happening here. And I was talking to all of my students about it before we hopped on that are in the Zoom room. And it's really like all about making your events what's the word I'm looking for? Making your events engageable. That's not the word. Just asking questions, right? Engaging your community, not talking at people, but including people in the conversation. And so just take that with you as you move into your business and anything that you create. People want to be seen and heard. And that's my intention for all of my students. That's my intention for you. It's experiential, which is our goal for QCA, is having the program be as experiential as possible. Creating experiences versus telling people what to do is always going to be more powerful in your coaching. Please know that. Bella in the house. So excited. Coaching versus teaching and protecting your energy. Amazing. Okay, so if you watch the replay, please hashtag replay. Interact like you're live. I know so many of you did that. Really appreciate that. Jenna says, my biz partner and I were talking last night about how to get this kind of engagement in our lives. Yes, 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 yes. Making it as experiential as possible. Of course, I want to remind you, we have an amazing giveaway happening. So the more you do engage, the more you interact, the more you connect with each other, you will be entered in to win prizes. We have incredible giveaways. We're doing $500 towards QCA tuition, $300, $200, and BCE swag, Big Coach Energy Shop swag on top of it. So definitely interact, share in the group. If you didn't post your homework from yesterday, post your homework from yesterday. Hi, Shima. Excited that you guys are here. And here we go, ready to roll into day 2. So get out your notebooks and let's get ready. So day 2 is all about confessions of a world-class coach and the biggest mistakes to avoid in your coaching sessions. This is going to be pretty meaty and you're going to get a lot from just listening to our students share about their experience as well. So today we will cover what it means to be a world-class coach, Confessions of a World-Class Coach, you're going to actually hear real life confessions. And this is a confessional for all of us today. So we can dump out some of the old stuck energy in our coaching and welcome in new energy. We're going to go over the 5 biggest mistakes to avoid with your clients. You'll meet past QCA students and hear about their confessions and their transformations. And super, super exciting announcement. Drumroll, please. QCA applications officially open today. QCA applications are open today, which means that you can apply for Quantum Coaching Academy starting today, which is super, super, super exciting. So get ready for that. All right, here we go. Confessions of a World-Class Coach. So here we have Alexis. Alexis is a past student of QCA. Her confessional, she's amazing. Follow her. She's incredible. Her confessional is, I used to think optimism was going to carry me through all of my sessions, and my clients were never going to have emotional breakthroughs. Who can relate to this? Drop it in the chat. Huge. I used to definitely think that optimism was like the thing. Everyone had to feel super amazing after a coaching session, and emotional breakthroughs were, sometimes going to happen, but not guaranteed every time. It was just only if they felt high vibe. That was like my gauge of a good session, and totally, totally common. So thank you, Alexis, for sharing that. And then we have Katie Shay, also an amazing, beautiful soul. Her confession was, I used to think being a coach meant endlessly giving advice based on my own experiences and wisdom in order to facilitate breakthroughs for my clients. Who relates to this one? Also, Katie Shay's amazing. Follow her. Giving advice is not coaching. And I think our coaches are going to share a lot about that today, because I think that's a very, very common thing that gets caught, in the desire to help people, right? We have such a strong desire to help people, and we're like, I'm just going to give them advice and this is going to help them. That's not coaching, right? That totally speaks to me. Okay, so now we have Cynthia, sweet Cynthia, love empowers all. She used to think that it was up to her to fix people, to give people the solutions to their problems, which caused her to be in her own head and not present with her clients, because she was always thinking about the solution, right? She was always trying to figure out how to fix them. Very, very common. I'm curious who here feels like they have to fix their clients, or that their clients are broken. And I want to do a little bit of a reframe here, where I truly don't believe anybody's broken. I think that we might feel broken at times and feel like our world is falling apart, but we are not actually broken. And everybody is whole and complete. And so if we can view everybody as whole and complete, right? And we can actually see them in their wholeness in the quantum field of all possibilities, right? Quantum coaching is seeing your client and the unlimited possibilities that surround them. Then we know they're not broken. And if they're not broken, there's actually nothing to fix. And so if there's nothing to fix, then what are we actually doing? We're helping them shift. If there's nothing to fix, we're only here to help them shift into the reality that they want to be creating. Good reframe there. Okay. We've got Carly the coach. I used to think I needed to constantly fill the dead space with valuable information and conversation. We touched on this a bit yesterday. She was afraid of silence because she thought that meant that she wasn't working hard enough in her coaching. Who here is afraid of the silence? Raise your hand if this resonates with you, being afraid of that silent energy in your coaching where you feel like you have to just fill it all up. Curious if that rings true for anyone. Totally normal. Totally, totally valid to feel that way. Consider, though, that the space that you leave inside the coaching container is the space of transformation, is the space where people can actually expand themselves with the silence. Okay, a lot of you resonate with the silence. Silence freaks me out. Okay, I can't wait to talk to our coaches about this when they come on. And then we have Christy Love. This girl is just totally on fire. I used to assume I knew what was best for the client and what actions they should take. I used to assume I knew what was best for the client and what actions they should take. Assumption can be so powerful in coaching when we stop doing it, right? Assuming that we know what's best. But assumption can be so powerful for your clients to be aware of too, of like what they might be assuming about themselves or about their life. And getting curious about assumptions with your clients is powerful, but not assuming that you know what's best for them, right? Our job is to just have the craft, have the techniques and the tools so that we don't have to assume what's best for them, because that could take a lot of work. That's a lot of freaking energy. That's exhausting. So I'm curious in the chat, what is your coaching confession? This is your confessional here in this safe space in our community that we're creating. What is your coaching confession? Like that thing that you know that you want to stop doing in your coaching. And we're going to go into this a little bit more in a bit. But I'm curious what your coaching confession is. And we're going to go into, after I bring the coaches on, 5 mistakes that you might be making. So with that being said, I'm going to unpin myself. I'm going to bring in our guests today. Let me see if this works. Doubting myself. Nancy, if you want to come in here, come into the QCA Zoom room, you can be part of this as well. Anyone from QCA that's watching and you want to be in the Zoom room, come on over. Welcome. Hello. Okay, everyone on mute. This is really... Hi. So excited. Okay. Oh, Amy can't get on the Zoom. It's okay, Amy. Okay, so would love for you guys to just go around, introduce yourself quickly, and share your coaching confessional, who you are, what you do, all the things. Bella, come in here. So who wants to kick it off?
I'll kick it off.
All right, kick it off, Nikki.
Hi, guys. I'm Nikki. I am a mindset coach, and joining QCA has completely changed my life. When it's funny going over this, like confessions of a coach, and thinking back to like, wow, when I first started with QCA to now, and I was thinking, what was one of the things that I had to like really like work through? And it was the pressure that I put on myself on a coaching call with a client, and the expectation that I had of like, okay, if I don't see results in my client, then that means I did a bad job. Right? It's like being attached to the outcome. And just learning what I've learned in QCA is it doesn't matter what the outcome is. Like the work is happening, whether we see it right now or not, it is there. So just trust yourself and trust the tools that you learn, trust your intuition. That has been, I think, the biggest breakthrough. I used to think that, oh my gosh, you know, if they don't have a breakthrough in every single session, then I'm not doing my job. I'm not being a world-class coach, but I am, and they're getting what they need from it. So
that is such a potent example too of like trusting in the process of transformation, right? And like in your client's process. So good. So good. Who else can relate to that in our little group here?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Hi. So my name is Katie Black, and I am a joy coach. It's been a really wonderful experience for me joining QCA. I was thinking about just this journey for me, and like many, coaching just was like a calling. I have a full profession that I had before that I loved, and then all of a sudden I hired a coach who had been trained by Ashley, who was a QCA coach, Becca, and I loved the tools. The tools for me were transformational, and so I felt like this was the next step for me. So I'm so glad I joined QCA, and just thinking about what it was that was my confession is I didn't know how to hold space. I didn't know how to hold silence and listen and just be there and hold a container. And so I've loved learning this skill, because not only am I using it in my coaching, but I also use it at home and with my family and with my friends. and just kind of being more present and listening. So I'm really grateful to be here today. My Instagram handle is I am a joy seeker, and I love helping others find their joy and their purpose, and I've just loved this experience. So thanks for having me, Ashley. And a message for everybody is, if you're thinking of joining QCA, do it. Invest in yourself in this way, because it is going to come back to you tenfold. So thanks.
Thanks, Katie. Love you so much. Love you all so much. Such amazing community that we have here too. Like the family, like we're like family for real. Like, and the students are like family with each other. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing that's happening here. So yeah. And just one thing for you ladies to think on too. A couple of the things in the chat are the confession, giving my coaching away for free, or undervaluing giving advice versus guiding them to transformation. If that resonates with anyone similarly, feel free to speak up on that.
I'm Amy. And I am working on my pricing right now. I'm actually messaging Jenna as we speak about pricing, because it feels like I want to give it away for free. That's how I felt coming into QCA, right? Was, how could I ever charge money for this? Because I didn't see the value in the transformation, because I didn't see that I could be a part of that. I didn't recognize that I could actually help someone have the transformations. I thought that it was more people ask questions and you have the answers, or you just fix things for them. I had no idea that it was about learning how to ask powerful questions, dive deeper, have these endless techniques that QCA has given us in order to help people realize that they're the ones who have the answers. Our jobs as coaches is to help them pull those answers out of themselves. So it's not a situation of, hi, Ashley, what's your problem today? Let me fix it for you. It's, how can I help you fix that for yourself? And to piggyback off what Ashley was just saying about friendships, I've made some of my best friends in QCA. Like, there's a girl in QCA and we're talking about doing retreats together and offering those things together. And so it's a really beautiful space to come and heal yourself. I don't know if you recognize that that's going to happen. You're going to be cracked wide open becoming a coach so you can heal and transform yourself. So then that ripple effect happens, and then you're able to do that with other people. And it's really, really beautiful. So I'm glad you guys are all here.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think it's so relatable to like not know how to price your transformation that you're providing, not understanding that that's so valuable to people. And it's not even just a session by session thing. It's when you're working with someone for 3 months, 6 months, like, and they're changing their entire life, what is that worth to them? You know, it's not even about what you are valuing yourself as, but it's what that transformation is worth to them. So I think that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that too.
I want to go now.
Yeah.
Because I want to share something about the pricing. And
yes.
First, I would say, like, who am I to charge if I am helping, right? Who am I to receive money from these people? But that was because I thought I was just giving information. I was teaching, I was in coaching. So I thought, okay, this information is out there. There are thousands of YouTube videos, there are thousands of articles, whatever, with the information. So why are they going to pay me? But that's because I was teaching, not coaching. So now with coaching, it's not the information. It's like your energy and holding space and being there for them, right? So I'm just thinking, wow, I was actually not valuing my energy. And yeah, QCA is one of the best things that has happened in my life for sure. Yeah. And my name is Mirel, and I'm a manifestation coach.
And she's crushing it. And pricing was the biggest thing for you. Like, Mirel took one of my Receive programs, like my money manifestation program, like for coaches specifically. And I feel like you are not the same person that you were then to who you are now.
Oh, no, no, at all. And I also want to say that I was very scared to invest in myself, but the moment I did, like, it started flowing, like the money and the clients started like coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jenna says to you, Morel, that it fully resonates with her, especially since yesterday she was asking about holding energy and the container. Yeah. So beautiful. Morel coming in hot with the quantum truth bombs. Wow, that resonates. Cool. Thank you for sharing that confessional with us. So true. I feel like Callie is on that same vibe of like the teaching thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hello. So I can go next. So
Yeah.
I'm Callie. So I'm a business and mindset coach. So what I do is I work with women who are oftentimes like these really passionate world travelers, people who want the freedom to travel the world, and they're also unfulfilled in their 9-to-5 jobs. And I help them take whatever it is, their passion, their skill, and turn it into an online business so that they can have some more of those freedoms that they've actually always wanted. And so when I got into business coaching, I put that in quotations because my confessional is that I was calling myself a coach and I was absolutely not a coach. I was teaching, same thing like we've been talking about. I was learning business strategy and I was kind of turning around and teaching it. I was coaching, but I was like being a best friend to clients, right? I was like giving advice. I was giving my own answers. I was using my own experience. Teaching from that place of experience, which is, it's just so interesting to see like how far I've come, because actually right before this call, I just hosted my first VIP like little morning day for one of my clients.
Oh my God.
And yeah. And I was just thinking, I was like, holy crap, this is such good timing because, and it went so well. Like literally at the end of the call, she was like, every single time we're together, like, I just feel like this better version of me. I get shit done. Like all the things she was saying was just amazing. And it's so interesting to now be here thinking back to where I was. I think it was May when you hosted BCE Live last time. And I was sitting on this call, listening to the other coaches come on. And there was like, maybe some of the other ladies here feel this too, but there was this little bit of me that was like, oh yeah, that's really nice. That works for all of them. But like, I'm not going to be that person. Like there's that little voice inside my head that like, I know we all deal with. And now I'm like, shit, I'm here. I'm like, I'm the one on the call now.
You are that success story, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
It's just, amazing. So thank you, Ashley. And yeah, it's been so cool. Yeah. And sorry, I didn't speak to actually the point that you brought up, but like, kind of straddling that line between, if anyone here is a business coach, is thinking about being a business coach, like now I've figured out there's a time and a place for business strategy and like talking through it and kind of that advice giving, but that's not a coaching session, right? That's like in my Voxer chats with my clients. Like when we sit down for a coaching session, it's a true coaching session. And so I explain this all to my clients up front now. And like, this is the difference. So if you do want it to get into the business space, and just saying this because I know in our QCA group, there's only a couple of us. So when I was joining, I was kind of searching for like, okay, would it be right for me if I'm a business coach? And yes, 1,000%. It is.
Thank you for saying that. I feel like that is really important. And why that's important is because in QCA, we don't just teach you how to coach in a specific niche. What are we teaching you how to coach?
There's like no limit to it. Like, I don't
Right, because we're coaching energy, right? Like we are literally coaching the client's energy around their business, around their joy, around their sex, their relationships, right? Amy's like, did someone say sex? Around their manifestation practice, like around all of it, right? I'm so glad you said that. Thank you. And thank you for sharing. And I know that there's people on here, Lauren, for example, hey girl, hey, Katie said energy. She's coaching business and she's like finding that balance between consulting, strategy, how to, and the coaching side. So I feel like that was super resonant for her too. Thank you for saying that. Wow. Okay. We got Ashley and Nancy in here too.
Yeah. Hey guys, Ashley, another Ashley. Whoop whoop. I've been in a transitional journey. I was a ballroom dance instructor, and one thing I absolutely loved about ballroom dancing was how I helped people off the dance floor and help expanded their life and transformed their life off the dance floor. And when, I hate to bring up the pandemic, but it was such a huge part of my life. It was ripped away from me. My world was ripped away. So I had to really look at my life and go, okay, what did I love about ballroom dancing? And it was that I helped transform people's lives and add value into their life. And so that took me on the journey of what is this life coaching thing? Like, what is this? And I thought I knew, but I had no idea. I had no idea. And what QCA has done for me is gave me amazing tools, learning the art of communication. Like, I thought it was about fixing people. I thought it was about giving advice, because that's what I did. And I absolutely loved it. I'm not going to lie. I loved it. Like, I loved being that reference for people. But this is a whole nother freaking level to the art and to the value I'm going to add to people's lives. It's having people wanting to be heard. It's creating a safe container. It's having them, fight and build a life for themselves. And I feel now that I have the tools to help guide people through that. And I didn't have that before. And I'm so excited to continue to build my business. I haven't officially launched it yet, but I'm working on it. And I'm gained the confidence. I feel like I am a fucking coach now.
You are a fucking
right?
coach
Yeah, yeah. And stepping into that power. And yeah, QCA has done that for me and the community. And it's just a badass team.
Thank you so much, Ash, for sharing.
Thank you.
And I just want to also say that, Ashley, I believe that you had other coaching certifications under your belt. And I think a couple people tuning in also have been through other coaching programs. And I'm just curious, like, what the biggest difference for you is.
It was night and day. Like, I there's no comparison, Ashley. Like,
I mean, I love to hear that. Let's be real.
Like, yeah, it's you get everything. You just get everything. You get the community, you get to practice, you learn the tools. The other programs, it's kind of like I did one that was just like the basic. I got a foundation, but this is just next level. And it just doesn't touch it. It was worth the investment. The other one, I was just like, why did I even do that? It was a waste.
It's all good. No. It all compounds and makes a difference for sure. Thank you for sharing that. And so glad. Like, it's interesting how life happens, and the pandemic, I think for so many of us, just pushed us to a whole nother limit of like, where are we taking our life and what are we doing with it and what do we want to be doing with it and how are we going to make the most of it? Like, I think, raise your hand if that was you right now in the chat and in this group. Like, the pandemic influenced all of us. Yeah, 100%. So I think that's so important. And if you guys watching have questions for our quantum coaches, like, please drop them in the chat, because they're happy to answer any questions that you might have about coaching, business, like anything. They're here for you as well. Nancy.
Hello, I'm Nancy. And so I have been following Ashley for like ever. And I finally decided to invest in this coaching program, which I had no idea what coaching even was. I knew what it was, but I didn't know how transformational it was going to be. So we just learn all the tools, everything. Like, it helps you not doubt yourself, to hold that safe container for people. You just learn everything. Like, I have tears in my eyes. I had a mentor session. So we have mentor sessions, and I had my last one with Jenna. last night. Jenna is phenomenal. And she I was tearing up because it was my last one. And the program's coming to an end, and that's very sad. Because this group is amazing. So if you guys have not, if you are on the fence, seriously do it.
I'm now getting emotional.
So anyways, it's very transformational. Your journey here not only will unlock yourself and heal yourself, but it's gonna I think Amy said, it's gonna create that ripple effect in the world. So yes, just do it.
Thank you for sharing that. We appreciate you so much.
Welcome.
And love you. And literally, Nancy's been in my world for so long, and I know you've wanted this program for so long, and I'm so happy that you just said, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Yes. So
because when we really want to do something, we do it, don't we?
Yeah, we find a way.
So I wanted to open up the conversation because I know some of you have more to share. So just take the floor.
I did want to say I kind of left out anything about myself. So I am an Enneagram coach, and I was initially hesitant to join QCA because I thought, well, I'm offering a different modality, right? I'm offering something else, and they can't. How would that even work? But I really thought about it, and I looked through everything that Ashley had said about QCA, and it actually flows together perfectly. So if there's some other kind of coaching that you're into, like to Callie's point, if you're a business coach, if you're an Enneagram coach, if you're a sex coach, whatever it is, QCA can be married with any other modality that you might be focusing on, whatever niche you might be on. They can be married together. And that's one of the beautiful things that they've helped me realize, is that I can overlay NLP, the techniques, and all of that based on my clients' Enneagram types. And it's really powerful and really beautiful. So I just wanted to share that if you have a niche, that QCA is meant to go with that. They're meant to be married together. So I just wanted to share that.
I'm really glad you said that, because I think a lot of people are also very into human design and human design coaching. And I definitely think that it's very similar in the way that it can be. I like the word you use, overlaid. Overlaid. Ooh, that needs to go on the sales page. Overlaid. So good. No, I'm so happy you said that. We have a question in the chat for you guys. And Lauren asked for the coaches, how did you find your niche? Has it changed after taking clients, or did you pick one and just stick with it? Who would like to share that?
I started with the Enneagram, but I've always had I always wanted to be a sex therapist, but no, I could never get through the school to be a therapist. So to me, that kind of turned into sex coaching. But similar to what I think Morel said, I thought, who am I to do that? But QCA has given me the confidence that I'm actually just claiming the title. It's so long and extra. Quantum Enneagram Life and Sex Coach. And I would not have ever had the balls to do that or the confidence to do that if it wasn't for QCA. So whatever your niche is, claim it. It's yours. It's yours. No one can take that from you.
And I feel like we don't necessarily, someone asked me today, are you a business program as well? And the truth, at our core, we are a coaching certification. That is what we do. Will you develop your business along the way? I believe so. And I know all of you are at different points of that. So could you guys speak to the way that you've started to develop your business whilst being in QCA?
Go ahead, Nikki.
Sorry. The niche part really speaks to me. So that's something I started developing my business probably beginning 2020. So I started thinking about it really, and then actually taking actions once the pandemic hit. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm starting this. And I guess the number one thing that I learned is do not get stuck on finding your niche. So by the way, Ashley and the whole team has great bonuses in QCA. So you receive a quantum coach too. And I've been slowly going through it, but I found that obsessing over I have to find my niche. If I don't niche down, I'm not going to get clients. And the truth is that I'm finding it, right? Because mindset, right? I'm saying I'm a mindset coach. It's very broad. It can like, okay, what does that mean? Right. And so as I've been working through and developing my business and just being like, you know what, like I've helped people with their businesses, right? People have existing businesses, not necessarily coaching, like a clothing line or something. And they come to me because they're like, I need to change my mindset on how I'm approaching these sales and everything, right? And I've also had people come to me because they need help with their mindset in their relationships, right? So it's as your business starts growing, I've found that with myself, it's that I'm starting to find a groove, right? It's like, okay. So don't let finding your niche stop you from actually like attracting clients, because I was doing that. I was like, no. I have to find like exactly who I need to work for or like work with or what clients I need to attract. So speaking specifically to that, you will find it. And through this program, it'll help you do that. And you'll see different coaches, right? Like Amy, like I didn't know what the hell Enneagram was. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And like sex coaching, cool. And then like meet Ed with manifestation, like it just starts to come together. So I wanted to share that.
Thank you for sharing that. Great points. Great points.
I just wanted to add that through this process, I've actually learned how to show up and say, oh, I'm a coach. And from that, I've just been able to receive lots of clients in different ways, some through Instagram, but just some through events that kind of meet me. They want to be in my energy. They need more joy in their life. They want to bring more joy in their life. They want to become a joy seeker. And so I think just trusting the process and trusting that once you kind of learn how to show up as your highest self and in your energy that you want to lead with, you will attract those that are meant to find you. And so I think that's really something that I learned, especially around just trusting the process and being able to kind of receive. So
I want to second that to the max. And what Nikki said, just because when I first started, I had no niche. I was a manifestation coach, but like I was coaching women that were 70 years old, some, and then women that were like 18. And it was just all across the board. And I mean, all my sessions were so different. And I started to figure out along the way, like Nikki was saying, like what I actually was meant for and who was meant for me. But what Katie was saying, I came out the gates hot. I was like, I'm certain I can help people. Who wants this? And that energy really does translate. So totally agree with you. What else on that? I think Ashley had something.
Yeah, I wanted to add through this process of figuring out your niche, like what happened for me was actually not only learning the tools, but being a student of the tools and getting your own transformation and digging down deep into what's happening, what's going on, sitting with it, marinating with it. Like that's when I was like, it started clicking for me. And that's when the magic started happening. And it is continuing to happen. And so being both like learning the coaching aspect, but also being that true student, I think has been the biggest transformation for me in finding my niche.
And what is your niche?
So I am working on the three, like the badass, the goddess, and the queen. And I want to build like courses around those three and then marry them together to bring out a big retreat. This is kind of what's coming and manifesting right now, but I resonate so much. Different, like, it's the badass is one part of me, the goddess is another part of me. Amy, I thought about you with the sex relationship stuff. And the queen about the wealth, like I just have them defined. Now it's building the content around those three. So I'm so excited.
That's fucking awesome.
I have to share something after what Ashley just said, because this is so interesting to me. Because I teach niching to a lot of my clients. And yes, there is this whole narrative where it's like, make sure it's super specific, make sure it's this, make sure it's that. And like, that might work for some people, that might work for you. And I know that, you know, if you're that person, right? But Ashley, that was so like Ashley was my peer client in the group. So like, I love sitting here, listening her talk about that. I could see your energy, you're like up here on the energy scale when you're talking about these three things. And that's what's important when it comes to niching. Like, if you can talk about what it is you do and do it in the energy that Ashley just did, where you're like, I'm fucking excited to do this. I'm creating this transformation for you. That's good, right? That's all you need. You don't then have to get into the weeds of like, oh my gosh, it has to be so super specific and my messaging needs to be so perfect. Like, the energy needs to be there, like that above anything else with the whole niching conversation.
Love that so much. It's so, so true. So true. Yeah. Because people can feel that. Like, you felt that, right? And like, that's what's going to get people excited. That's what's going to get people curious. That's going to get people messaging her being like, what is that? That's interesting. I want to join. Like, tell me more. Yeah. Yes. We're getting all the love on this. Yes. Thank you, Callie. So amazing. Everyone saying, Ashley, thank you for sharing. Awesome. So coaches, how has your income changed since taking the course? I know this is going to vary. That was a BCE moment, Callie.
I want to share with that.
Yeah.
Because my income has changed tremendously. And one thing is because, well, many things, but the confidence. When you're learning all the tools and you show up with this big coach energy, you're like, I can charge this much because I'm a great coach. And it is just amazing how you show up and how people feel that. And they're like, yeah, I'm ready. And I'm ready to pay Mirel or Katie or Nikki because they're so confident and you're helping them. And also with that, because I have so many testimonials now, I have more people interested, right? Because I'm really coaching them. I'm not just teaching, I'm coaching them. And they're getting the transformation, so they're sharing it. I'm having testimonials and more people are interested. So the confidence of, wow, QCA has completely changed that, because even if you are confident in what you know, maybe you're not confident on, sharing it or coaching. So for me, that's been one thing that has helped in with my income for sure.
I'm so happy for you. So fucking happy for you. That's so amazing. So, so amazing. And I would say to that, like, everyone in the container is at a different point in their business. So people that are just starting their business, just getting their websites off the ground, not taking clients yet, they're not the income, the ROI. Like, so I'm looking at the ROI from the students who graduated 2 rounds ago. And that's kind of how I'm starting to measure what the return on investment is, but also like what their income actually ends up being. And I just got a message from a past student, Courtney. She was like, Ashley, when we first started, I was charging $400 for like 3 months of coaching or something, like something crazy. And now I'm charging $25,000 for my coaching packages. I'm like, what? So you get like this education and these certifications, they equip you with the ability to charge premium for your coaching when you are ready to launch your business and start taking clients. And everyone's at a different level. People that already had businesses, like Mirel already was in business, she was already making money in her business, and now it's at a different level, right? And I know Amy in the comments is also saying that too, Amy Hudo. And Katie Farrow wrote something beautiful. Thank you for sharing this. She said, the income will increase, but it's not even the biggest thing. I'm a better person because of it, and there's no dollar for dollar ROI on that. It makes you a better human for yourself and in all relationships. So true. I have to agree. Anyone else want to share anything or any other questions that you guys have?
Yeah, so I just wanted to follow up on the return on investment, because while I have had paying clients, which is amazing, the return on investment for myself has also been tremendous. And I see it, my family sees it, my confidence, my ability to have faith and trust the process, and then become a magnet to all those things that are meant for me. And so I've also been able to use these tools to help financially at home and manifest other avenues and other revenue streams as well. And I know it's because I'm healing and I'm going through the process and I'm using these tools that are helping me to receive. So yes, it's great because one day I know that I'll have a 7-figure business and we'll be spreading lots and lots of joy as a joy seeker. But right now in this place, I feel like I've also gotten a huge return on my investment for my investment in myself. So I just wanted to share that because it's not always about the money that we are making from our clients, but also there's so many other opportunities for us to be money magnets. And I am.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I mean, Katie messaged me that they manifested a boat. Like what?
Yep. A free boat.
A free boat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You
trying to get on that
inspired
boat.
me. You inspired me when you bought your husband a very nice gift that you manifested. And so he manifested a free boat. It's real. The stuff is real. It
cool.
happens and it can happen to you. And literally you can do, be, and have anything that you want. You just need to have the right tools. And Ashley and Jenna have put together the most incredible, just like compilation of tools to give that gift to you. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take like 1 or 2 more questions. And the one question that came in from Green was, can we dig into the difference between teaching and coaching? Callie.
Yeah, I just like, oh God, I had this feeling in my stomach when you said that with like, okay, so about a year ago today, I did have my first quote unquote coaching client. And in terms of like niching, she was still very much an ideal client. She was this traveler and she wanted freedom and she knew what her skill was that she wanted to build her business upon. And we would get into coaching sessions and I would teach her how to write her messaging, right, for marketing. I would teach her the difference between, different business strategies. And thinking back, I would get out of those sessions just feeling exhausted and also having this feeling like something isn't right here, like almost like a little guilt. Like I'm just turning around here and I am almost regurgitating what I have myself learned. And so the difference with teaching, and it goes along with that income level, which is why I could have never imagined that I would increase my what I was charging back then, because there is a limit to the information you can teach someone, right? There's this limit. So now I've like tripled my prices since then, but it's only because I'm now coaching, because now there's no limit to when you're coaching someone's energy, like we said, right? So that's the huge difference. Now, when I get into sessions, even like I said earlier, if there's something strategic that a client wants to learn, they tell me ahead of time and we dig into it. I go into like business consultant mode. That's not a coaching call though, right? They've decided that this call is going to be strategy and teaching. But when we're in coaching mode, I'm just there as like the mirror to reflect back to them so that they can really understand why they're not taking that strategic action in their business. It's not learning the steps they can take. It's why am I not doing it? That's the big difference.
I'm muted. I love the way you just put that. Whoa, there's a limit to what you can teach, but there's no limit when you are coaching. Damn. Quantum truth bomb. Quantum truth bomb. That needs to go in the manual. Quantum truth bomb. That is so good. Quoted by Callie. That really resonated with everyone. I don't know if you guys see the chat, but I'm all up in the chat right now. Callie, you're on fire, girl. Yes. So good. And Katie said, also, if you're teaching and giving the answers and it's simple, but your clients aren't moving, it's a clear as day sign. You need QCA. Right? Because we can teach till we're blue in the face, but why aren't people doing the things? If teaching was the answer at all times, and there's so much value in teaching, and as Bristol said, and as Callie said, and everyone here really, like you can incorporate teaching into your coaching. But like, if I said, here, X, Y, and Z, these are your teachings, go do it. The problem is people don't do it, right? So the coaching comes in to help move them into action, break through the beliefs, break through the limitations, reframe, pop them out of the challenge, pop them out of the problem, so that they can actually do the things that they want to do. Yeah. Y'all are so amazing. I'm so grateful. Thank you for being here for our BCE Live. Can we just give some love to our coaches, everyone that's viewing? Can we just give all the love? Katie Farrow has goosebumps. Yes, just like so much power up in here. Like, please follow these women. They'll drop their handles into the chat when we're done, just like copy and paste from the Instagram. Follow them, like soak in their goodness. They all share such beautiful things on social media. And I'm so grateful that you guys were here sharing this, because obviously I can share about QCA till I'm blue in the face, but it's better if everyone hears it from you. And if you guys have questions, I'm sure they're very open to answering them if you're considering joining. And the applications are open right now.
Change your life and do it. Change your life and do it.
You have nothing
I was going to say, let's do this. Isn't that what you say on your podcast?
Let's
do this.
Let's do this. If you're applying, just drop it in the chat so that we know to look for your application. You have nothing to lose but to apply and get on a call with me. Like, that's it. We'll get on a call. We'll make sure it's the right fit. I'll give you all the details that you need. I'm so grateful. There is more content for today, but I'm gonna bring it over for tomorrow, so we don't keep this over an hour for everyone watching the replay, because we're all busy and I totally get that. So drop your links. Thank you all so much. I love you. There is a pay in full bonus I want to share. If you guys decide to join and you decide to apply and you end up paying in full, the pay in full bonus is 3 business mastermind calls with Jenna and I. So it will be a small group, whoever pays in full, or a large group. Maybe everyone wants to pay in full. I'm open to that. And we'll do business masterminding together. Okay? Can't wait. All right. Can't wait to read your applications. Bye.
Woo! We did some work today. Thank you so much for listening. You know I love my BAM fam. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who you know would love it too, because we live for the ripple effect over here. And how can you best support the show? Make sure you're subscribed, hit the 5 stars, and leave a review on iTunes, and let me know how the podcast has impacted you. I love being part of your real-time journey, so screenshot the episode and tag me and my guests on Instagram at Manifest with Ash. Now say it with me. I am my own power source. I am the master of my own energy, and I deserve everything that I desire. We don't just talk about it over here, we be about it. Now go get 'em.